Reality.tv.
Great, thanks guys.
House party win!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our coverage of Eastern Regionals here in Canberra for 2018. I am Daniel Clinton, joined by Hillary. How do you pronounce your last name, Hillary?
Humes, silent L.
Okay. Hillary, thank you for joining me. You're going to help me call this game. Hannah Monty with a very big inside-out pull. We have GWS playing Factory.
No.
No.
Factory.
Oh,
Rogue.
my. There's just so many good ladies teams here. I'm getting confused. It is Rogue Passion that GWS will be playing. And this game is very crucial for them.
Women's power pool play.
So the winner here goes through to quarters, I believe. And
Is it quarters? I thought it was playoff for 1 and 2.
Well, there you go. So they'll go straight through, and this could be the tournament for the girls. O'Neill going deep down the field. That's Reeve.
Yes.
Rips it down.
Great read on the disc there.
Holly Reeve making the play. That's Patti. Courtney, she's going to throw a... Oh, and it gets hit. Reeve rips it down, though. Reeve throws a nice-looking forehand. Monty. Hannah, she goes inside out. Big throw. Beck Gartman can't get there. Covered by Georgia Ewan. Hillary, what kinds of things do you think we're going to see here today in this game?
Well, what I'm hoping we're going to see is lots of big throws. It's relatively still. There's a bit of a breeze in the air, but it's going to be quite a fast-paced game. We've got some very fast ladies on the GWS team and also on Rogue Passion. So I'm looking forward to lots of fast points, lots of big throws.
Okay, so Passion with the disc. Ooh, low throw. It's going to result in a turnover. And GWS with a golden opportunity. They're in the red zone to hit this. They could find themselves up 1-0 early. Patti comes open side, doesn't get it. The reset is there. That's Carmen with the disc. She's going to go inside out. What a throw to Amanda Hudson.
Foot.
What a throw.
They get the break.
That they do.
Early in the game.
That's Beck Carmen. That inside out backhand of hers. We saw it yesterday. The throw out into space and then there. Now, Hillary, you've played Factory a few times, the local Canberra team. You familiar with both these teams?
I'm familiar with both these teams, yeah. Having played against Rouge a number of times in the last 2 years, and they're ferocious. They're really good in these quarterfinals or semis, this one is. They just know they have a really good mental capacity with their team. And they know how to bring it in the final day of a tournament.
And we see some replays there, just of the play there. Reeve showing up early, and then obviously the Beck Cartman inside-out backhand. What a throw. That's as good as it's going to get.
It had great shape on it, that throw.
Beck's always struggled with the forehand she has, but her backhand, world class. That's Holly Reeve going to be pulling. That's a huge pull. A long way down the field. And Rogue Passion on offense against single coverage. Lada Martos will get the dump. Tries to pivot back on the forehand. It's a pretty good job creating some space for herself. Gets it back. The cuts are coming under for Rogue Passion. Nice grab there. Inside break. They're moving down the break side of the field, looking for that continuation. O'Neill decides not to throw it. Throws a few fakes. Lada Martos, inside break again. They're working that inside space at the moment, Rogue Passion. Still looking down the field. There's a long throw. And it's going to fall to the turf. Reeve in the area. Had her eye on that one. We were speaking with Bree Edgar, super coach of Ellipsis and Rogue Passion yesterday. She mentioned high percentage clinical offense, and that's not what we've seen so far.
Yeah, exactly. I was speaking to her just before this game, and she said they had one focus, and that was offense. And she was grateful that they had gone 4 from 4 games, and that was all they were focusing on. Offense, offense, offense.
So letting the defense take care of itself, but thus far the Rogue Passion offense really hasn't been there. Swing across the field. Looks like Reeve back to that far sideline. Oh, and there's the block. Rogue Passion, they get it. O'Neill with the dish. She's going to go with that leading forehead.
Great hands there.
Down the line they go, Rogue Passion. And they're going to go fat side.
We saw lots of fat side throws yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, there was a ton of fat side throws. The Factory ladies using...
They loved it, didn't they?
Yeah, it looked so good. They're so competent with their throws. Rogue Passion now getting in on the fat side party. And that's 1-all. We spoke a little bit about Rogue Passion. Bree Edgar, obviously the coach. Do you know much about GWS, Hillary? Did you find out much there?
No, I haven't found out much. But I'm interested with, you know, just Hannah Monty has really been helping to push this team along and drive it. And she's been a powerhouse in the field. But there's a lot of other formidable players out there. Can you tell me a bit about some of them?
Well, I only know a few of them. Holly Reeve is a name that's been thrown around as one of the bright sparks.
Yeah, she's young, isn't she? How old is she?
Phenomenal talent. I believe she's under 18. So played the most recent junior campaign, played under 22s as well as an 18-year-old or under 18-year-old, and is actually going to go to Cincinnati, Ohio, with the Newcastle Pie Wagon as well. I was speaking to Courtney Petit. Yeah, she's a Newcastle lady. She's, I believe, going to play in Cincinnati as well, and she mentioned that Holly is going to go across with them. So for a young lady with so much talent, she is getting a lot of opportunities, and as far as I have seen, she's showing that faith to be well-founded. Petit will have the disc here. She looks down the field. It's a floating forehand. Unfortunately, it's a turnover, and Ewan is going to dump. Looks like Minescu with the disc. Minescu's going to dump it back to the middle of the field. C is open, near side. She's going to get it. She's going to throw a good-looking flick down the line. It's nice and flat. Minescu in the corner. Not there. Now it is. That looks like Perkins getting the score. Rogue Passion 2-1 in this game.
See, this is what I'm expecting to see here today from Rogue. When there's a turn, they're going to capitalise on it. They're not going to be forgiving and let other people get it back.
Well, they never looked like coughing it up there. Nescu really running the offense. There's a bit of a handler there, driving it in the end zone, creating some space, and well, it results in a score. See the clearing cut there. Manescu, great work by her. She makes a hard cut, but then also puts in the effort to move out of the space.
Clear out of the space, exactly.
A couple of players we haven't seen yet for Rogue Passion. A couple of big names. Gio still on the sideline. GWS is talking things over, sorting out what they're going to do on offense. So this is to decide who goes through to play the final. Huge.
That's right, Dan. And on the other field, we've got Manly versus...
No, that's Newcastle versus Surge.
Where is it? Manly versus Factory is playing for the other spot.
Okay.
And the winner of that game will go into the 1v2 spot.
Well, the great news is we have caught Factory once, Manly once, Rogue Passion now twice, and GWS now twice. So we are doing a great job covering the women's draw.
Excellent job.
I mean, the men can go sort themselves out.
Who wants to watch the men when the women are so formidable?
Well, the men's draw really isn't as exciting as the women's draw here. There's 3 teams that are so close together, obviously being Rogue Passion, GWS, and Factory, the first string Factory. Long throw, pack forms, turn results. Put it in the pocket, Uni. Bree Edgar not happy with that option there. Not happy at all. I mean, politely not happy.
Yeah.
I don't think she's too aggrieved that the shot
laughing.
was taken, but that's not what the Rogue Passion offense is about.
2 defenders up there. They got in front. Good positioning.
It's actually going to be a foul. And a contested foul, I believe. The throw looked clean. So a contested foul on the reception. There's a reset. It's there, they're looking down the field. And the block, Holly Reeve, popping up again early. Heads up play there. GWS is going to have this disc, and they're going to go out of a horizontal. Another cut there, not thrown. Comes near side. Cartman with great acceleration.
Great hands there.
What an extension. Catherine Neal on the mark, very active. The swing, Reeve, far sideline. Looking down the field, the Hucks there. It's very flat though. And the block. Excellent play.
Great awareness of where the disc was from the Rogue player getting that block.
Rogue Passion are going to get this one back after that great defensive play. They did turn it over. They're going to get another opportunity here. It's going to be a side stack with an isolation on the... Oh, and a bit of a Japanese look there. Trying to work that inside space. Doesn't go to hand. GWS are going to pick this on up. And, oh, that's a floating throw. Comes down, though. Reset to the middle of the field. Looks like they're working out of a 3-handler set. Beck Cartman in the back of the end zone. And if there's someone that's going to be able to track down a long disc, it's Beck Cartman. The wheels on that one. So that'll make it 2-all. Hillary, what are you seeing out there at the moment? Apart from a lot of pretty good offense.
Yeah. Well, great offense from the Rogue Passion team. They're, as I said before, capitalising on any of the turns and they're punishing them. They're very quick on their feet. But I'm seeing some GWS, they're putting up some, some throws that aren't quite 100%, but they're getting there in the end. It's paying off. And I think they just need to calm down for the next couple of points, make sure that they get a good hold on the game.
It is going to be a long game. It's been an intense tournament. Not really a long tournament, obviously only 2 days here for regionals. But 6 time slots a day, I believe 4 games a day. It's intense.
It's a lot of frisbee, a lot of running, and a lot of thinking about the game as well. You mentally have to be there, and this is what you see in these types of games when it comes towards the end of a tournament. Teams have to be mentally fit as well as physically fit to get there.
And that fitness is something I believe Factory have worked hard on this year.
Yeah.
In previous campaigns, fitness, big part of the pre-season and the training.
Definitely. I actually just caught Factory before in the middle of a meditation session, focusing on their mental fitness before a big important game.
So Perkins with the disc. Bit of a wobbly forehand. Goes to turf. And GWS are going to pick this one up and go. Reeve finds herself 5 metres free of Perkins. Swing back. There's a forehand into the breeze. Manescu gets her hands on it. Gets the block. It's a Rogue Passions offense. And GWS is going to go back and pick this up. Great thrower is Gio. Oh, Manescu gets horizontal. Unfortunately doesn't get it, but that bid, a sign of intent maybe. She is here to play, and I think so are her teammates from Rogue Passion. Nice throw up the line. GWS to Courtney Petit in the middle of the field. Petit looking still getting high, throw into the end zone. Monty underneath it. The end zone line is going to prevent a score there. Fun fact for you, I taught Courtney Petit how to throw.
Really? That's interesting.
When she first started playing
Newcastle
Uni, I was president at the time, and well, naturally you coach the new players.
Interestingly enough, Courtney used to also play for Rouge. So I wonder if that helps her today in this game with a little bit of insight in how they play and how they work on the field.
Manescu goes quick to C, not there.
I'm seeing a lot of rush play at the moment. What would you improve on with this point?
Well, far be it from me to give advice to women that are so good at ultimate. I could never dream of being this good. So I'll leave it to the experts to comment on that. Throw by Hannah Monty.
Beautiful throw into space, and unfortunately that player just couldn't get there. Fingertips away.
You're an elite level player. Let's ask you, what would you see to fix some of these rush plays?
On the next point, I would probably just tell my team.
Oh, Manescu.
I would tell my team to just take a beat, and that means just have a moment with the disc. They're very rushed, and both teams actually seem, like they want to get that point really quickly. But, it's important to have possession, and sometimes it doesn't matter how long you have the disc as long as you get the point.
Monty is going to get an inside break offhand. She let that one fly.
Unfortunate drop.
GWS going to pick it up and throws it to the ground. We're not really seeing much high percentage offense at the moment. It's more of a positional grind. C covers that undercut so well. Reeve elevates, catches one-handed, and then breaks inside out to Hutto on the far sideline. Hudson down the line.
Oh,
Manescu. Manescu again. She is looking to inspire her team. She goes deep. She takes two with her. Creating space underneath for the Rogue Passion offense to work. A round throw to the near sideline. Gio makes the cut up the line. Doesn't get it. Perkins, I think, there. And Rock driving it from the handler set. Rogue Passion take it to 3-2 here. So Rogue Passion going to play some defense now. And Hillary, are you a local to Canberra?
I am, yes.
Born and bred?
Born and bred, went to uni here and now work here.
Wonderful. That pool's going to, yeah, just going to sit out of bounds. Breeze may be having an effect on that one. And GWS will take this in and play some offense. What do you think the strengths of this Rogue Passion team are?
Well, their coach said that their focus was offense, so I'm going to say their strength is offense, but they have big throws and they have some incredibly fast, dynamic players across the board. What would you think, Dan?
Again, I refuse to speculate. I lack the ability. Hillary, you're not going to bait me into this.
Come on, Dan. Give me something.
Stop trying to set me up already. I stick to what I know best, and that's...
Was that a pick call?
Yeah, it's a pick call down the field. You spoke about fast receivers and dynamic receivers. Minescu early with a huge sign of intent, a massive bid, and nearly come up with the disc. Cartman on the forehead side. He's going to throw it in space to Reeve.
Reeve.
We were talking about Minescu and her sick bid. I was half expecting Reeve to leave her feet there and get after that one. Perhaps a little bit too far. Amatos goes up the line, clears the space, cuts hard deep as well. The clear and the cycle is there. The throw is up. Nice catch, well read and well weighted. Amatos, after a deep cut, comes under and is going to unleash a good-looking huck. It's floating.
Oh.
The catch is made. Oh, that one's popped up in the air a little bit, but it's fine. Rogue Passion working down the field with a combination of hard work and hard cutting. And it all comes to naught. The final 2 yards are often the hardest 2 yards to cover.
They absolutely are.
We've seen it time and again. 2 yards feels like a mile when it's the last throw in the end zone.
They've been playing a lot down in that corner as well of the field. We've seen them cramming it down there quite a lot. And I think what they need to do is actually dump swing and open it up across this side.
Creating that angle, maybe. The turn. So Rogue Passion is going to get this one back, and it's the fat side. Deep to the break side. The
fat
score.
Side. The ladies love it.
Well, it's such a great place to throw the disc, isn't it?
It's a really powerful throw, and I know, for example, Factory have spent lots of sessions primarily focusing on fat side throws, which is why you'll see them throw it in their games. And I wonder if Rogue does that in their training sessions. They focus on fat side.
Is that what you guys call it?
Yeah, we call it fat side. It's
call
just
it the fat side?
Yeah, we call it the fat
Wonderful.
side. You're just throwing it into space, and that's all you want to do. You want to create space for players so that you want to throw it into the space where the player can actually run onto the disc.
The fat side, it's catching on.
I love it.
There's something else we need to take viral, and that's #Inspire. The Rogue Passion ladies. We often see a lot of teams, they'll go with a couple of words to describe their vision, their intent for the season. The Rogue Passion team decided on #Inspire for their season. All about inspiring each other, inspiring themselves, inspiring other women.
How lovely.
Yeah,
they're inspirational. To be honest, I'd love to play on their team and to play with them. Playing against them is so hard, and that is the inspiring fact that they are so good, every single one of their players. You go out there and you look across the lineup and not one of them is weak, so you have to be on your game when you're playing against them.
Yeah, just watching Minescu get horizontal there makes me want to play again. The mind says yes, the body says don't even think about it.
Minescu's been playing Frisbee for a while. What do you know about her?
Just that she's awesome.
She is, isn't she?
I reckon there's been a couple of Worlds campaigns for Minescu. I reckon she played juniors back in the day, I reckon. I think she may even be involved in Frisbee, but I could be corrected there.
My first year playing mixed Frisbee, I played against the Minescu team from Victoria, and I didn't know what it meant at the time.
And now you know.
And now I know.
So GWS, oh, what a
big
huck.
Throw.
It's going to sit, though.
There's
Monty
there.
She's nearly in.
Right
on the end zone line. Monty looking for something to reset it.
Clear the space.
And it's very, very close. Looks like there's going to be a call here, a foul. Thank you, Miss Burns. I'm assuming she's a miss, if not miss. Ms. or Mrs. So disc comes in. GWS deep in the red zone. Petit goes up the line, trying to get off the movement. They're looking to swing. It's not there. The throw in the end zone. Hudson.
Oh, great.
That is a phenomenal grab. I thought she'd gone too early, but she just kept rising.
She did go a little early. She caught the disc just as it was coming down.
Phenomenal stuff. That puts GWS at 4-3 in this game. And Rogue Passion, it's going to be their offense. Seen a few scores to the left of screen. This breeze not really playing a part at the moment, is it?
Not too much. It's quite mild at the moment, but knowing Canberra, it will pick up later in the afternoon, so we do need to be conscious of that. And we have seen a few wobbly throws out there today.
We see the replay here. The backhand huck was so good. I thought the wind was going to push it out, but it sits just in bounds. Monty getting her feet down the right spot. Right in, and then...
And she read that disc really well. She wasn't right under the disc, as we've seen a lot of players. They get under the disc and they lose sight of it, but she was towards the side of it and read it quite
Hudson,
well.
damn. That's a good grab. And when you were playing, Hillary, what were you? Did you play downfield as a receiver slash?
Yeah, so I started out as a receiver, as I think most newbies to the game do. And then loved the disc in hand, so I became a handler.
Okay. Familiar story, that one. It's the same for me when I started playing, except I was so useless. They just wanted me as far away from the disc as possible. They were like, Dan, you're secondary deep. I was like, no worries, guys. I'll go catch goals.
That's a new position I've heard of.
Well, you got primary under, primary deep.
Looks like they're putting on a zone here, GWS.
Yeah, and Passion. Burns throws it. He's going to get it back again. Burns, quick movement. Burns working inside the cup at the moment. Latamatos looking down the field. Throws a good-looking forehand. And there's another one. It's going to pop up, though. It's sitting in the air. There's a pack forming. Partman from the back. Flies and makes the D. Explosiveness. Athleticism. So GWS, they're going to go into a horizontal set. Have you liked their horizontal thus far?
Well, have we seen much of it? It's been
1 or 2 points.
Yeah, 1 or 2 points, and
oh dear.
Right now it's not working for them.
Hillary, I know you haven't done much commentating, but we do have the commentator's curse. It's a terrible responsibility that we have. And we've definitely just cursed GWS there talking about their horizontal. Inside break. Nice bid.
Here's what I'm seeing is both teams, when they get the disc in hand, they're rushing. They're trying to put those low percentage throws in, as we just saw with the first pass from GWS. There was a lot of pressure on that throw. That was a good cut.
One-handed, confident. And now GWS starting to get a little bit of momentum down the field. Monty is going to go with a flat backhand. Cartman. And she's going to air it out. That inside-out backhand again. This time it's not going to come out.
Just a bit too much on that, but there was beautiful shape to that throw. And again, to the fat side.
How do you defend the fat side, Hillary? Can you defend the fat side?
You can. You have to be positioned well. You have to have good field awareness.
Oh, speaking of field awareness, a block.
Beautiful
and then
awareness.
The throw to Monty.
Oh, beautiful.
GWS.
And that levels them.
That
for
does.
A piece.
For a piece. And GWS right in this one. They're standing toe-to-toe with Rogue Passion. They've got their dukes up, and they are trading punches. See the play. It's Monty just finding a paddock of space out there through hard running and effort. So something interesting actually with the Rogue Passion team. Bree Edgar, super coach, was very clear on wanting to get the team to manage themselves because she's going to be with Ellipsis at Nationals. So trying to create some structures where the ladies can call their own lines, sort themselves out. She also mentioned the ability to give good feedback and take good feedback.
Yeah.
So having clear communication lines within the Rogue Passion team, which I think is very interesting.
It's really important in a game, particularly at these tight match games, to understand your weaknesses as a team and also your strengths as a team, and to really play with those.
The Passion signal that they're ready. Looks like it's Holly Reeve that's going to pull. Throws a fairly flat one. It's going to bounce. Perkins is going to bring this one in to Rock. Rock looks back to Perkins, looks her off, and then goes short to Perkins. Nearly gets blocked. Perkins going to unleash an outside in flick. It looks pretty good, and it is pretty good. They like it. It's 5-4 for Rogue Passion.
That's what I'm expecting to see from Rogue. A couple of passes and then a big shot to the end zone.
We've seen lots of turns in the recent points, and then all of a sudden the Rogue Passion, they drop the reins and let the horse have its head. And it bolts for the gate. Perkins unleashing a bomb. Rains death on the end zone, and that's a nice catch. Secure, two hands.
So Dan, how did you get into Frisbee?
I played in high school back in the day, and then when I realised my university actually played Ultimate as well, I didn't want to pay the $500 to play soccer. So I went and played Ultimate instead. And that, as they say, is history.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Many, many years ago.
Did you partake in any uni games?
Yeah, several uni games. I was with the Newcastle Nudists team, the various incarnations of them. Eastern Uni Games a couple of times, Uni Games a couple of times, Uni Games in Melbourne, which was a fun time. It's back in the days where Owen Shepherd was still in university. Joel Pillar-Rogers was still in university from Flinders. It was a very interesting time. Ryan Dutch and Andrew Dabo, both at university. There's two big names from South Australia, scary receivers.
Yeah.
Andrew Dabo actually knocked himself out on a layout bid that tournament.
Wow.
There's an ambulance on the field.
There always is with uni games.
That one was self-inflicted. And GWS on offense. Cartman with separation under. Covered pretty well by Burns. It's going to be up in the end zone. It's at the back. She's trying to... Just a little bit too much to do there. Get her foot down, grab the disc. Couldn't quite get it done.
It's hard when you're in those positions where you're trying to watch your feet, but also you're trying to watch the disc, get the right position and get your hand on that.
And the throw was so good out of the hand. It almost was too good because it went very, very far back there. Looks like Kath O'Neill bringing it up to the front of the end zone to bring this in for the Rogue Passion offense, who are sitting in a horizontal set. And it looks like it's going to be a three-handler back kind of set. The in, the out. Passion trying to generate some movement here, but all of a sudden everyone's in the same spot on the field. They're all together. What a grab! She may have hurt herself. That's huge though. She's grabbed that at shoulder height. She continues. She shrugs it off. You've got to be winded. And there's another one. What a bid though. Rogue Passion getting athletic. Cartman into space. It's going to sit up in the breeze though. Burns is there. She gets the block. No. And then another one. And all of a sudden it's breaking loose. Rogue Passion with the disc. There's a huck. Reeve is caught underneath it. It's going to blade over. The wind taking it a little bit, pushing it out of shape. And GWS will get that one back. Reeve is going to bring it in quickly. She goes inside space. That one falls to the ground. Monica involved in that play. Looks like Valancourt throws that around flick. A little bit wobbly. Valancourt trying to get the reset still. Far sideline, quick movement. And then the Hawk deep down the field. Burns has separation. And then the defense comes from Monty. Coming from a long way back. Monty, very experienced player from Sydney, played a long time for Hills. Is now applying her trade at the Div 1 level with GWS.
She's a force to be reckoned with. She will take anything on the field and has a lot of skill across both handling and playing deep and defensively. I
want to say she's at least 11-year veteran, because I met her in my first year or so of playing, and you know, once you get past that 10 years, you've kind of been there, done that, at least at the Nationals level. Oh, Kath O'Neill.
Monty's free.
Gets the disc, looks for Reeve, who's covered well. She breaks it off, goes sideways, has some receivers down the field, elects not to throw it, coming back this way. And now GWS, Monty's in space. She's gained separation from Burns. She runs her off the field, working with the legs and scoring. That is a great point by GWS to cap that one. And 5-all, Hillary. 5-all.
Loving it. That was a beautiful play from GWS. They created a lot of space for themselves. You saw Hannah Monty coming up close for a dump throw and then clearing right to the back of the end zone and scoring.
It was that just bloody mindedness, that sheer determination and continued effort that blew the defender off the park.
Also, Monty's a freak when she starts running, so I think that adds to it.
Reminds me of a mixed nationals, actually. I was playing defense, running deep on this huck that went up, and I was fairly close to my player, and then Rebecca Cartman cruised past both of us to catch the goal. Freaks of nature. They're a dime a dozen between these two teams. I quickly took myself off the field, sat myself down, and
I think that's the beauty of Frisbee, is that there are lots of strengths and weaknesses playing mixed, but you get this beautiful formation of men and women when they play. There are some very talented women who can just beat so many men, and the same with men. And that's what I love about this tournament. We've got Rosie Dawson playing for Wollongong.
And
well,
Rosie,
she was on Rosie.
Tell me about Rosie's story.
I don't know much about Rosie. She was a Sydney player, played for Rouge, but she lives in Wollongong. I'm sure somebody else would be able to tell more.
Yep.
But she's a really fast player, now playing opens.
ERUC's going to get this one. It's a zone from GWS. They finally get the trap on, and Rock's going to go with a high release to C. It's going to come near sideline. Perkins is going to get it. Working against the wing. There's a short pass. That looks like Zellum's catching that goal.
Quick, safe throws. Moved it right across from the other side of the field and scored.
Actually, that's Minescu. I apologise. Her and Zellum's is wearing the same bright pink headband. Or at least they were yesterday. It's going back to what we're saying about the strengths and weaknesses. And that is the beautiful thing about mixed ultimate, is the strengths and the weaknesses of both genders coming together. And something that Newcastle has always known is that you win on the strength of your women. It's not what the guys do, it's what your girls do that really make the difference in the big games. You know, whether it's the women throwing the long throw to the men, or the men throwing the long throw to the women.
Exactly.
Often that's where the game can be decided.
Sam and I had the pleasure of playing with Pie Wagon a few years ago, and we used to play a Tim Lavis zone. So it was women up front with Tim in the middle.
Yep.
And it basically just was designed for him to get the layout block. And it was a very interesting introduction into the the world of mixed ultimate.
Yeah, Pyewagon, one of the better mixed teams around. They're the expectation on the females from Pyewagon is quite high. They expect a lot out of the women because they know that it's the women that make the difference. If you have great women who have a big part in the game, they'll win it for you. No worries.
You're totally right, Dan. You see those mixed teams, if they can play through their entire team and every single person is able to touch the disc, they're the strongest across the board.
Well, GWS back on offense. Their zone defense didn't work. Cartman, separation. Monty is deep. And there's a pretty good forehand from Cartman. I toasted her forehand early, but I think I might have to retract what I'm saying about Beck Cartman's forehand. That one looked pretty good out of the hand. Latamatos is going to bring it in for Passion. They're on offense. They've got the turn, and now the offensive possession to maybe take a break here. Valancourt is going to throw one. It's going to pop up in the wind. The defense is there, and that's going to be a block back the other way. GWS getting some of their own. Cut to the near side. Cartman again. Oh.
Unfortunate drop there.
Well, Passion back on offense now. Latamatos has seen a lot of the dish. She's been driving this offense from the throwing position. And GWS again. That time, Beck Cartman. Monty. Oh, through the hands. I wonder if they just sunscreened up. It's the bane of ultimate.
It is, it is. Oh.
They've
and Monty's streaming deep.
She's got such a great running style, Hannah Monty.
She
Looks
does.
effortless.
I love that she always smiles when she's running. She's so cheeky. She always looks like she's having fun.
That would annoy me. It's always such hard work for me, moving my frame around the field, and there she is grinning. Oh, the option is there. Doesn't throw it though. Good mark from Holly Valancourt. Through Monty's hands. She says, "My bad. I'm sorry." Rogue Passion will get this one back.
A few years ago, John Horan coached Factory, and he taught me something that I haven't forgotten to this day, which is you catch the frisbee with your chin. And by that he meant you watch the frisbee right into your hand, so your chin needs to be against your chest.
You catch the frisbee with your chin. I'm not going to mention John Horan's nickname on stream. Kath O'Neill in space, no mark on. Latamatos trying to create an angle for her to throw into. Valancourt goes to Kath O'Neill, nearly in the end zone. She's so close, they're deep in the end zone. Latamatos makes the move, but the cut is there. Beck Cartman can't make the block. It's
7-5 to Rogue Passion.
7-5. They get the break. And with that, they go 2 points up over GWS. Now the opportunity is there for Rogue Passion to take halftime. How important is it to take half?
It's really important in one of these types of games, particularly Rogue at the moment. If they were to take half, they'd be 3 points up, and that would set them in a really good stride for the second half of the game. They would be feeling very confident going into the second half. But I think GWS can bring it back. They just need to be calmer with the disc and watch those throws into the hand.
So it is a timeout. One of the teams calling a timeout, and probably GWS considering they got scored on. So we'll take a quick break along with the players and be back very shortly with some more ultimate here from the women's division. So out of the timeout, Rogue Passion, very, very slow to break the huddle. We had a quick chat to Dr. Burns.
Dr. Burns, yes.
Vet from Sydney. What she does when she is not being mad on the frisbee field.
No.
Helps the animals. I love it.
We just had a quick chat to her before, and she was saying, going on to this next point, the main point she would bring is they're going to have to grind, but they're going to try and be clinical as well. How do you think that works? Grinding and clinical, do you think they go hand in hand?
I think they do. It comes from effort, doesn't it?
It does.
Stems from that determinedness, sheer bloody mindedness,
yeah,
and all those ness words. And it's going to be Minescu get a pull. It's a fast pull. It flies low, flat. Hudson, middle of the field to GWS. Are going to set up out of their horizontal. Monty looking down the field, engages his dump, tries to get a reset. The around is there through the foul. Going to call foul. She's having a chuckle as well to herself.
This is a really important point, and you can already feel that energy. GWS really want to capitalise on it and score here. They don't want Rogue to get the break and to take it to half.
We already spoke about the importance. There's the hark. Hudson is free. She's got separation. What a throw and what a cut. Monty to Hudson to get the GWS score, bring it to 7-6. Kath O'Neill nearly with a block on Monty there. Goes the other way.
That was exactly what GWS wanted. After calling the timeout, they were willing to sort of regroup, and they wanted to capitalise on this. That's why they went out there ferociously, really strong. And you get Monty with the disc in hand. She's going to send it to someone running long, or it's going to be the opposite, her running deep and someone sending it to her, and that was beautiful.
Great throw.
It almost went over the top of her head, and she could have lost sight of it, but she got it in the end.
So you played with Pywagon a couple of years ago. That was at Mixed Nationals?
Yep, Mixed Nationals in Adelaide 2016? 2015? 2015, there you go.
A few years ago now.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
As a Canberran, how did you end up on the Pywagon team?
So, some other Canberra players were trying to put together a team and qualify for New South Wales team, and they had to swap a few players out with Pywagon, and they swapped me out with Pywagon.
Okay.
But in the end, we managed to do better than the Canberra team. So it was kind of like a little bit, you know, you dropped me, but I got placed better. So, plus it was so much fun to meet new players, and everyone in Frisbee is so friendly and welcoming that it's really beautiful to play on different teams and try different styles.
You mentioned Tim Lavis. Yeah, one of the best leaders in the sport is Tim. He big part of I-Beam, the heart and soul. Ooh, off their hands. Sharp chance. And GWS are now on offense after getting a turn. They could level the game up here at 7, and that could be a huge swing in this game. The huck is not sent. Reeve working as a handler. She's got the disc in hand, looking down the field. The stack being set, trying to establish the vertical. Cartman underneath.
This is a really important point, but as you can see, there aren't very many secondary cuts. There's lots of dump swing throws, but people aren't moving as much as they need to. And they're trying that because they don't want to clutter the space.
Cartman, near side. There's all the space in the world. All it needs is someone to run into it. Get in there, girls. Someone needs to score the point. Cartman throws the dump, and then there's the cut. But Cartman was in the space. Inside break.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, indeed.
It was a beautiful throw, but there just wasn't the reaction from the player that they were looking for.
And GWS may have just given away a golden opportunity to level this game up and take it to 7s. And Galaxy Point, Latamatos, nice throw. Deep option is not there. That's Dr. Burns that was going. Valancourt.
Reeve.
Reeve underneath it, not going to be there. Valancourt sends it. And that's halftime. It ends up being a very, very close thing. It looks like there's a travel call that I'm not sure about. I'm not sure at all. I'll have to consult the
replay.
That's the
and
kind of...
they're calling it a goal.
Yeah, I think that's the right call there. That's the kind of bullshit travel call I used to make. Takes one to know one.
Yeah, would you take that in the in a very, very tense point? Would you call those?
Yeah, definitely. And they were terrible every single time. I never learnt that that's not a travel. But there's yet hope for me. The call is retracted, which is some excellent spirit. I love that they stopped, talked about it.
Yep.
Figured it out. There's no harm in calling something and then retracting it later.
Exactly.
Just to figure out that both sides of the argument, so to speak. That's halftime. Rogue Passion take this 8-6. GWS, they're in this, but they've got a lot of work to do in the second half. We'll be back with more Women's Ultimate shortly.
Get down.
Well, that's halftime over and done with. 8-6. Rogue Passion up in this game. I'm Daniel Clinton, joined again by Hilary Humes.
Well done, Dan. Pronouncing it correctly.
I try my best. But I'm not going to lie, there are a lot of last names I have butchered.
You have done so well this entire weekend, remembering everyone's names, including my own. So thank you. Dan, what are you expecting to see in this second half?
Frisbee.
Are you really serious right now?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Vinescu with a good kill. We have the Rogue ladies, a couple of Rogue ladies join us under the tent here, watching some of the replays that are on loop.
They were loving it.
Hyping themselves up a little bit too.
I think that's a good thing to do. Get yourself pumped, get confident.
Yeah.
Some really nice play at the moment on field. GWS moving it very quickly.
Hashtag Inspire in action. And the leadership group for Rogue Passion were on the field having a bit of a meeting, talking about it. And this is something you see in high-level teams is the leadership group will get together and talk. So we see a throw to the end zone. Ardo. Manna Hudson with a great layout grab.
Beautiful hands. That was really nicely done. Really quick point, but there was a lot of passes. They moved it through a lot, very quick.
Excellent flowing offense.
Great flow.
No brakes on that train.
Yeah, so going back to halftime, I think it's really important that the leadership, come together and think about it, particularly for Rogue, since they have to lead themselves at Nationals this year. They had to have a good serious chat, but then the other players were switching off and they were having a bit of fun, which is actually really important to kind of get yourself out of the game for a second, just to relax and then get yourself back into the game.
And it was wonderful to see the girls standing by the monitor, geeing each other up.
I know.
Complimenting each other on
Hashtag inspiration.
Yeah.
They're inspiring each other, really. Do
It's
they
great
inspire you? Do you want to get out there now and go for a run?
The mind says yes and the body says, you've got to be kidding me. It's funny, Beck Cartman, a disc went flying past me as I was walking over to the club rooms, and Beck was like, come on, why didn't you get that? And I said to her, 30 kilos ago, I would have.
Yeah.
Anyway, GWS taking a little bit of time to call their line. Passion, good to go. Seen some phenomenal play thus far in this game. An 8-7, the scoreline reflects what is happening here. It's very tight at this stage.
Very tight points. There's only 1 point in between them, and it could go anybody's way at the moment.
Reeve is going to pull for GWS. It's a good looking pull. It's going to turn over inside out, outside in a little bit.
That was nice. It floated a lot and it gave the girls time to get down onto the field, put the pressure on. And they're going with a bit of a zone here.
Valancourt combines Latamatos. Latamatos to Valancourt. It's blocked.
That's
Moni. Yeah,
No
she
call.
thinks about it. She thinks about it, which is fine. And I think that's a great no call by Valancourt. Easy to call that foul there.
Yeah, it is easy. And in the heat of the moment, you want to call it because you're so passionate about it. But it's good to take a moment to think about it.
I think Moni definitely beat her to the spot there. And speaking of
great
Moni,
hands!
Great grab. There's a pick.
There's a pick call. I was actually about to say, I'm not too keen on GWS's zone. I see it, they've only pulled it out twice or 3 times now, and I think Rogue's actually breaking them and finding those gaps. What do you think about their zone?
You keep asking me these complicated Frisbee questions. I'm the pleb. I'm the pleb here in the box.
No, Dan, it's not fair. You've been watching them all weekend. What do you think, really? Tell me.
I think at the end of the day, it's your single coverage that's going to win you a championship. That's what I think.
Yeah.
A zone's fine as a wrinkle, which the GWS has been throwing, but it's your single coverage that is going to win you the 2nd seed out of the East. It's going to be your single coverage at Nationals that makes the difference.
When you're going up against powerhouses like Ellipsis, you really can't put on a zone unless it is foolproof.
Or it's a 40-knot breeze. But even then, I mean, Edgar Griffiths with the disc in hand from Ellipsis, I wouldn't bet against her throwing something in a 40-knot breeze. Passion, finding the gaps in this GWS zone. They're trying to reset and get it off. That's Valancourt with the disc. Had a good game thus far, some deep shots. What a good forehand. Excellent touch on that. Latamatos goes back to Valancourt, who puts it.
Beautiful. And just
Burns.
a bit too much. But as you can see here, they are finding those gaps. They just need to stop and take a think about what they're going to throw next.
Yeah, I don't think Valancourt will be pleased with herself there. She nearly had the receiver, Burns in the end zone, but just far too hard. And GWS are going to get another opportunity at this.
Going out in a vert stack here. Interesting that the wind is now picking up, so they're really going to have to think about their throws. put a lot of flick, a lot of spin onto it.
And as a Canberra local, you clued us in on what's going to happen here as the day goes on. The wind's going to pick up.
It is going to pick up. It always does. It is getting a bit blustery now. We'll see how they deal with that in the second half.
I think it's just going to sort the women out from the girls and figure out who is going to do what. Some tight defense. What a block! That is massive! That is a huge block, and it's going to get called back on a foul. I'm not sure that that is a foul at all. It looked like she had position. We hear time cap in the background. And I'm good friends with Courtney, but I think you made the wrong call there. I reckon that is a layout D every day of the week and twice on days ending in Y. We see the replay. Let's have a look here. She's got inside. That is...
Oh, maybe she's calling a strip. She did have hands on it. What do you think, Dan? No? You're shaking your head.
I'm ropeable.
That could have been a strip. It's too hard to tell from here, but...
It's not too hard to tell. It wasn't a strip.
It is!
It's a hard
We'll agree to disagree, Dan.
It's a hard
Connie's going deep. Is she going to get it? Yes, great hands. Oh,
but that's a big bit into her leg. I hope she's okay. It looked awkward. Again.
It's getting tense out there. The emotions are high. People really want it. And the buzzer just went, so it's very close.
Yeah, this game is going to be, I think, a game to 9.
GWS really want to win this point. It'd be great to see them in the finals. But Rogue Passion, they have the passion, don't they? They're going to push themselves.
It's all been about hashtag inspire, Reeve up the line. Courtney Petit looking for the end zone. He goes through hands. It's caught. It's universe point. We're going to next goal wins. It's 8-all for GWS and Rogue Passion in this one.
That was messy, but it got them there.
It bounced off a couple of hands. They're shaking hands. This game isn't over, ladies.
They're just high-fiving in the spirit, I think.
Yeah, sorting themselves out, figuring out what happened out there. We come back to the deep throw. Here it is. Goes up. It's flat. And that bid again. Brown. The bid. Massive bid. Petit catching the disc again. It was Boyle actually on the bid both times. Through hands for the goal. 8-all, universe point, Hillary. This is what Ultimate is all about.
This is what I came out here for. Close games. Lots of intensity. There's lots of emotion. And both teams really want it.
Rogue Passion, Boyle's on the sideline. I'd get her back on. She's made 2 massive athletic plays. She deserves it. She deserves to be out there throwing herself around. And it'll be Rogue Passion on offense, upwind. Interesting.
We've got a strong line from GWS. I'm liking what they've got up there.
Yeah, Amanda Hudson, Holly Reeve, Beck Cartman.
They're going down into defense, and we'll see what happens. I don't think they should put on a zone. If they do, I think that would be a mistake, but they wouldn't.
Well, we get to see how accurate I was. I did mention that it's your single coverage that'll win you games.
Exactly.
And this could be the opportunity for GWS. They do have a slight advantage having the breeze behind them. But it's not going to be the breeze that wins this game for you. It's going to be your own effort. And, oh, wow. Just that disc getting big on Valancourt there. It's going to sit in the end zone. GWS off to a great start.
Putting on the pressure now.
They're playing downhill on this one. Throw up the line. Valancourt gets lost. She comes down with it anyway. She's looking down the field, trying to find the motion for the offense, create an angle, comes near side, throw into the ground. Not able to come up with it. And now GWS, this is their opportunity to win the game. It's universe point. Next score wins.
We've got Holly Reeve coming to the disc.
Oh,
I love
she's young, but she's playing like an old hand.
She's fierce. Hannah Monty was there.
Monty was open.
Great throw.
Swing. Cartman, far side of the field. Monty's in the end zone again, inside out.
Oh, they did it!
They've done it! GWS are in the final. They've beaten Rogue Passion in a nail biter here. They take the Universe Point win. 9-8 against the title hopefuls. What a game. What a result. Fancy it all ending like that, Hillary. What has happened in front of us?
That was beautiful, wasn't it? That was amazing.
At the death. GWS, it looked all over but the crying. They were a couple of points down. They've managed to close the gap.
And take it by 1 at the end of the match.
Oh.
Ferocious ladies. And there was lots of passion. Hashtag inspiration as well.
I mean, I'm inspired. I want to go lay out, do something. Throw a disc.
Lay out on
That is
the reclining couch.
Well, the defender was there. She had a play at it. But GWS, get it done. Ladies going to spirit circle up, have a chat about the game. Hillary Humes, thank you very much for joining me in this one. Your final thoughts for the match?
My final thoughts, that was really well played. Great spirit as well. I think any of the rules that were called, I think they were talked through really nicely. And in the end, I think Rouge wanted to grind and they wanted to be clinical with their offense, but they needed to focus on their defense, and GWS just took it. They just capitalized.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. We will come back with some more Ultimate here. We're towards the pointy end of the tournament. We thank you for joining in, and we'll see you again shortly.
Alti.tv